All right, we're doing the preview, and we're gonna play really quickly. We're gonna play really quickly on 2K. This series between the Heat and the Hawks, and it's a very interesting contrast here. We have two very different styles. The Heat culture is, Pat Riley was in New York, and he brought that down to Miami. It's kind of like grit and grind, like the old Memphis saying, but on the East Coast. This is a poised team. They went to the championship in the bubble. They have gone to conference finals numerous amounts of time. It's just a phenomenal organization in development. I think they have 8 G League players or non-drafted players that are on the team. They are pretty famous for playing with knee pads, so it's a really gritty team. They've struggled quite a bit this year. They're normally at the head of the pack. They have been fighting all year to be in the play-in. And then you have the Atlanta Hawks, who are more of a high octane offense. They kind of belong on the West Coast, as far as I'm concerned, with their style of play. There's no real defensive identity. So yeah, so it's a contrast as to between which style is going to win, and it should be interesting. Trae Young is an absolute defensive liability, to be putting it mildly. You can see that they're going to attack him, pick and roll, put him on the block, making him guard Jimmy Butler, opening up easy 3-point shots for. They have quite a few 3-point shooters. Everybody short of Bam Adebayo can shoot the three. You got Max Strus. You have Tyler Hero. So Gabe Vincent is a very good 3-point shooter. So they have a few options that they're going to punish the Atlanta Hawks in this series, I believe. But one of the downfalls with Miami is they have lost a step this year. It is kind of obvious. They're not the same team. And when you have to go into the buyout market and get a very past his prime Kevin Love to be your starting four, you have deficiencies in your team. Now, can they turn it on? Because this is a team notorious for kind of sleepwalking through the regular season and just turning on the afterburners in the playoffs. I don't see that happening this year, but I've seen crazier things. With the Atlanta Hawks, they fired Nate McMillan mid-season, hired Quinn Snyder. They have to figure out their identity now with their new head coach. There's going to be changes in the offseason because this team is not winning anything this year. I don't see them having that magical run that they had 2 years ago when they went to the Eastern Conference Finals, but bouncing the Knicks, bouncing the Sixers, and losing to the Bucks, if I'm not mistaken, that championship year. So they got to figure out. They've been trying to move Collins for, it feels like, since he got into the NBA. So they got to figure out. And Quinn Snyder is actually he has a say in the personnel decisions. So it should be interesting. What do I think is going to happen? I do see this being a close game. I think the Heat are going to have the edge just because they have that home court. I do think the Hawks are going to end up getting into that second game, and I think the Hawks will beat whoever comes out of the bottom two. It would be interesting to see the Raptors against them. I think that would be a pretty close game, but we're going to see what happens. But yeah, if you can see the breakdown here in the series, it's pretty close. I mean, you can see it's not by much. And then when we see the breakdown of the scores in the series, in the season series this year, you're going to see how close it is. Again, the rebounding is surprising. You would think that a Heat team with Eric Spoelstra and Pat Riley would rebound a little bit better with this team, but they have not. So this is where the big key is the 3-point shooting. The Hawks shoot the 3-point shot as good as anybody in the league in terms of the volume and the percentage. 40% is above the league average. The free throw shooting was on par. The field goal percentage, which is surprising with the amount of threes, their percentage and the amount that they would probably end up taking, that they shot so much better than the Heat. The blocks, I just think the playoff pedigree is a big thing. It's going to be close. I really think this is probably the potential of all the play-in games to go into overtime. And you're going to see here in terms of the breakdown this year, look at the score breakdown, 130 to 128. 117 to 109, 113 to 121. So it's all within about 10 points, with the most recent game being very, very close when they had something to play for. So this is probably a big indicator of what the playoffs are going to be like between them, because they were fighting for something at this point. And look, it's a 2-point game. It's a high-scoring game. So it's going to be a close series. So we're going to play it and see how it is in 2K. And yeah, we'll take it from there. He's going to give you 30, 35 points, but he's going to give up 35, 40. So I don't know what's the purpose of someone if you're giving up a negative amount of points. We're going to flip a coin, determine what team we're going to play with. If we play a road team, we haven't played in a long time, we're going to get smoked. I'm already going to put that out there. If I'm within 15, I consider it a win. But heads is home, tails is away. So heads is home. So we're going to flip the coin. I think Miami has home court advantage. We'll double check that. We have tails. I don't know if you can see that. We got tails. We're playing with the Hawks. It is what it is. You either trust me or you don't. So we're going to be playing with the Hawks. Oh, joy. Where are you, Hawks? I will give them credit that Miami Vice uniform is one of my favorite uniforms. So like I said, it's going to be, if it's a high-scoring game, I really do like the Hawks, if it's high scoring. And I don't think either team losing in the play-in tournament is going to change much in the offseason. I do think that, I remember reading today that Trae Young, everybody's available in the offseason, and they have a feeling that it's not going to be a long playoff run with them. So the longer the Hawks play, the more intact the team is going to stay, is the best thing I can say. And for the Heat, they have to do a rebuild anyway. The players are getting older. You can't hold on to this onto these old players forever. I think you try to trade for, talent that's young and on a rookie scale contract if you can. I don't know how many draft picks they have left. I can't imagine that they have a ton. Do you build around Bam Adebayo, get Jimmy Butler out of there? I think you got to consider moving Jimmy Butler. Like, I think he still has value. You could get some young players for a team that's trying, like a Portland Trail Blazers. They want to make Damian Lillard happy. They're trying to consider moving on from they have a draft pick from the Knicks this year, and they have their own pick, which should be pretty high. And Damian Lillard had said, I am not trying to rebuild. So that's already a warning shot. I think you get Jimmy Butler in Portland for these young players. That's going to be a problem if Capella cannot guard. That's not easy. And Young takes to Capella. If Capella cannot guard the rim. Hero against Murray. Oh, are you serious, bro? I was right there. So yeah. So I think Jimmy Butler is probably going to be the odd man out. I think you got to keep Bam Adebayo. I think that's your franchise piece, and try to build young players around him and Tyler Hero, and get rid of a lot of the veterans. I think they can keep that culture. Tyler Hero and Bam Adebayo can keep your culture intact. Get it to go. Young with the ball. I haven't tried to alley-oop in a long time. I gotta get better at that. I think I'm gonna practice that. I miss being able to throw alley-oops. That one, no good. And Atlanta will go the other way. Yeah, it's going to be a fun playoff game to watch. I forgot how fast the game moves. Probably should have done a warm-up game. And like I said, I'm going to get my ass kicked probably. But I would actually always start slow, so I'm not even worried about it. It was a loss last time they faced up. His shot is fast, like Steph Curry. Just got to flick at it, and it should go in. Now Lowry's washed. He has 1 year, $30 million, so his contract is expiring. I think you can take on longer-term, younger contracts with him. So. God, I cannot make anything, man. Anything contested, I forgot that this game is not going to let you make it. Especially with when you're on the road. I feel like doing a mulligan. If I was baking up a lead, I'd add 2 ingredients.
playing smart, the other one playing selfless. They've done that tonight. Serve it up.
It's kind of cool seeing the rocking chair where Udonis Haslem. Udonis Haslem has been in a lot of wars, man. I don't think I've started this badly in a game before. I have to check the... That defense is going to be paramount for them to win this game.
For the first 5, he'll start the game. Deflects the pass. And is out of bounds, and he's able to retain possession.
Actually get a shot off. They're a lot more physical than this team. This team is, the Hawks are a little bit more finesse. And in the playoffs, it's all about brute strength a lot of the time. There's very few finesse. And even the Warriors, despite the Warriors, you know, having the ability to be a finesse team, the Warriors with Draymond's crazy ass, do instill fear. Finally. And, you know, Andre Iguodala with his, you know, obviously when he was closer to his prime, being able to lock people down. Looney is a good physical presence. So the Warriors are a little bit different, that they can kind of play any style. That's why they've won so many championships. The versatility, the ability to overcome like just detrimental odds.
Well, how good have they been on the inside tonight, just getting down into the
run. Finally. All right, if we can get into a rhythm, get some stops. Like I said, if I don't lose by 15, I think it's a victory. Let's look so much closer than that.
To find out where the defense is.
We're gonna be playing a lot more 2K during the play-in, and then obviously in the summer. I'm gonna end up just making a second YouTube channel probably, and just putting 2K stuff on there, because my main channel is just filled with too many games. I gotta kind of split and diversify a little bit. And stuff like this is gonna happen in the play-in. It's gonna happen in the playoffs. There's gonna be wild swings and blowouts.
Here's Murray, and foul on the shot. Shoot 2 at the free throw line. It's gonna be on Sam out of bounds.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the line. And it's the.
I think DeJounte Murray has been a good addition to the Hawks. I don't think he was worth 3 first-round picks. I think that was kind of wild. Especially with the fact that he's not locked up long term. I think he has 1 more year next year. I don't think he's a free agent. I gotta double check that, but I mean, they may just have him for a little bit. But he's been great because he's been able to get Trae off the ball. How was that picked off? That was weird. And I like the matchup with Jimmy Butler and DeJounte Murray. They're really gonna give each other fits. Jimmy Butler has not been the same player he has been over the last few years. He seems like, again, they've been playing long playoffs series and long runs, and that just breaks your body. Not everybody has LeBron money where they have all this technology to be able to
transition. They've really attacked off of the turnover, so
I don't know what that was.
Capitalizing
It worked.
on fast break stuff.
Gotta be able to keep pushing until you get into a rhythm. Their rotations are a lot faster. Probably should be playing at a lower difficulty since I haven't played in so long, but. What are you doing, man? I really hate when they help. Especially with that far out. I would rather give up paint points than. They're smoking me.
Duncan Robinson comes in for Caleb Martin. Victor Oladipo, he's checked in for Tyler Hero. And it's Gabe Vincent in for Kyle Lowry. And the Hawks will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Capella. Johnson comes in for Capella.
I gotta shoot faster with him. How did you miss that, man? A long day today, man. Oladipo's washed too. Kevin Love is washed. They're gonna hit open shots if they're that open.
Banked in off the glass.
That's a sly little play as Trae Young gets inside.
His usage is 33%. he's hard to deal with, obviously on the offensive end because he's so small and he kind of reminds me of a really small players like a Muggsy Bogues or somebody where he kind of just goes into places that he doesn't fit. I think the defense is definitely my fault.
This is the kind of start
because I am missing my assignments.
That was the mobile one drop. Well, with the second look.
Putting that pressure on the
I didn't even know that I was going to pass it there, that he was even behind to foul me.
Take a look at the 2K leaderboard to find out who have been the most efficient scorers in the NBA this month. Clint Capella on top. Fourth, Onyeka
2 for 2 with a pretty bad free throw shooter.
shooting with tremendous efficiency as the month has gone
I
on.
can just get this down to 10 by
Who's
halftime.
going to outdo who?
In this offensive system, Grant, that the Hawks run, it allows for a lot of creativity.
Yeah, lots of dribble handoffs at the top of the key. You obviously have the, in case of emergency, break glass player in Trae Young. But they're not afraid to
God, can I make a shot with contact?
players who enjoy playing.
Now, here's Butler. Following the mid shot by Bogan.
I mean, do they have a last hurrah? I don't know, man. It's gonna be tough for them to have make any kind of noise.
Rebound by the Hawks. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing that last matchup with Boston.
Yeah, I mean, their
Slippery.
execution at
Basket.
times was flawless, but they also made some mistakes that ultimately did them in.
Well, they had the home fans worried for a little bit. I know that.
Here's Butler. Following the basket by
The
Trae Young.
Sixers to make the conference finals at least.
Miami no good on that
But
time.
even that is going to be hard, man. The East is really good, especially with the fact that they have the top 3 teams in the NBA, give or take. So they're going to have to go through
Johnson sends the screen for Bogdanovich.
a lot of... Oh, Sadiq Bey.
Young outside, shoots it.
Too fast, or what was that? I didn't even see if that was too fast or too slow.
Left him in this quarter. Nowhere close to the kind of output they need from him.
It's Oladipo
You're going to see
on the
some
wing.
ugly scores, I think, in the playing game. It's just, these teams are just the bottom.
Love with the screen for
I don't know if
Oladipo.
I'll ever see
Kicks it out
in
the
my
line.
lifetime.
Good. That's Oladipo picking up the assist. Love's got 6 points.
Ooh, that felt good. All right, well, I felt like that shot might have opened up something. I haven't got my ass kicked like this in a while, but it is what it is. It's good to get your ass kicked. You get better.
So it's the Miami Heat.
And then I flip a coin and get a home team, man. 'Cause playing on the home is a lot easier than playing on the road.
Led to a terrific field goal percentage. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And for the Heat here, they've been putting on a showdown.
Foul trouble, get on the line.
So much unselfish play out there. The coaching staff has to be thrilled with that.
Yeah, but definitely the Heat need to move on from a lot of their veteran players.
As on the floor.
I think you start with Jimmy Butler. You let them know, hey, listen,
And Hero.
we're gonna send you to Portland. We're gonna send you here. We're gonna send you there. Maybe even get
Making a
a
change.
deal going for Paul George. I don't think Paul George has been really good in LA. I think he doesn't fit well with Kawhi. He's had injury issues.
Misses off the left
I don't know who that was. Everybody looks around the same size in the Hawks. They have a lot of 6'7", 6'8" type guys.
Always surprising to see a miss from there.
Adebayo kicks to Lowry.
How was that not a 3-second? I really like Martin here.
And it's Bruce missing. The Hawks trail by 16. Here's Griffin. And then
This kid, I wanted him in the draft
And John Collins seeing
for the Knicks. And of course, they traded their pick and got 3 picks that are not going to convey for who knows how long.
And Collins has shown
They should be able to use these picks because as the years go on and those teams get better, a few of those picks should convey. I don't know when, but they're going to convey at some point. I like AJ Griffin because he can spread the floor. He's a pretty nice NBA type body. You know, built like a vet, despite being a rookie. His dad was in the pros,
that's the case.
so he knows what it takes to play in the pros.
How skilled he is as a scorer and how athletic
I want to.
That was a good shot, but the wrong player. They're making the Heat are letting the
staff leaning into that
worst shooter shoot.
They trust that he's going to make a good decision.
Where are you at, man? If I'm making that switch, is this defense that bad or is it me?
God. Get a report from David Aldridge.
Thanks very much. Now, some people call John Collins John the Baptist for how he dunks over defenders. He says the game is slowing down for me.
The reason I think I got that bounce is because I was going to get that rebound over the top. Look at what they're shooting.
Looked at as a pillar, a guy that can be counted on. Kevin, it seems he's hungry for more. Back to you.
He's a big-time dunker, that's for sure, looking to reach his full potential. David, thanks.
Yeah, DeJounte Murray being on the ball really does save. Come on, man. Can I get like the bunnies at least? I'm not gonna get the three-pointers, fine, but let me get the bunnies. Of course, we gotta make the tough shot. Kyle Lowry actually, he's been injured all year. He might be actually good in the playoffs because he may be able to turn it on, but
4 or 5 spot, and Bam does such a great job.
this smoking me. Can't make. Look at this, 38 to 63. I feel like going zone, but this is a really good shooting, three-point shooting team. So the zone is, you can't really do zone on Miami or Atlanta for that matter.
Here's Martin. Good work defensively by Capella.
A lot of
kinda
defenders
messed that up,
choose
though.
to just back up off of him when he's in that tight. Try to
Out on
avoid
that.
the in one. And
Bad
this
shot, but I gotta play faster to get back into the game.
After a slow start in that first quarter.
I need to get some stops, man. I cannot get any stops.
He passes to Strus.
Look at that. Come on, get that rebound, bro.
That's in, coming off an assist.
When they like don't allow me to run and put my hands up,
3 assists in the game.
slow you down.
And so it's Capella who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Trailing by 17. Murray outside. Capella trying to free himself up. Murray, good.
We're getting into a rhythm without Trae Young.
10 points for
Try to
DeJounte.
get DeJounte Murray as many shots as possible, especially in the mid post.
Griffin against Hero.
I love the fact that they've added the play-in tournament. I know some of the teams don't like it. It's supposed to mitigate all the tanking that these teams do, but at the end of the day, if a team like what Dallas Mavericks did in terms of trying to secure their draft position, I would take the protection off. Like if you're trying so hard to get this, and that, maybe just set aside one pick, like the 14th pick for the team that tanks the most. They get the 14th pick, you know? Something along those lines.
Leading by 16. Adebayo kicks to Hero. Adebayo passes it to Strus.
Defense getting a little bit better.
Offline with his 3. For Atlanta, they've gotten just over 50% of their shots to drop here in the second quarter. They're 5 for 9. Capella with the bucket.
Get a shot. All right, well, if we can get it to 10 at halftime, I think that's a win.
Capella looks to
Get into
score
a rhythm a little bit, especially for the next game that we're going to play.
the positioning.
Hero against Griffin. Here's Adebayo. The shot's good on the assist by
That's
Lowry.
tough to defend there. I couldn't.
He's got 5
I mean, what
assists.
am I going to leave?
Excellent job of simply taking what the defense offered up.
Oh, that's cool. They made their bodies normal and not like starving. I like that. Show them a little bit more realistic. Whoever made that determination, good job.
Check in for Caleb Martin. Jimmy Butler comes in for Max
Here comes
Strus.
Trae Young.
Robinson's checked in for Hero. And it's Oladipo in for Kyle Lowry. Okongwu with the screen for Bay.
It's kind of hard to
Young taking his time here. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Rebound by the Heat. Adebayo's got 5 rebounds to lead.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find the flag work. Always a surefire way to get back.
He doesn't look satisfied with the lead right now. He wants more, and he looks like he's going to get it.
Here's Okongwu.
It is so clogged.
Sends it
There's
back.
no spacing. Cannot get in there.
Here's Butler. Johnson with the clock. They get it back. And Robinson wide open. He shoots. And there's Goes on Jimmy Butler.
Fouled me the whole freaking game.
It's his first foul of the game.
First team foul.
The Hawks trail by 18. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lead.
And Okongwu slams it in.
Gotta get something going.
Just the threat of Young.
I get a
pulling up.
freaking
It's gonna
stop,
open up
man.
a two-man game. The defender forced to come out and respect the deep shot, and Trae able to make the play.
And so the ball is out of bounds. Bogdanovich takes it last. And a quick look at some of the numbers for Jimmy Butler.
In the last 5 games,
Damn, he's been shooting 75%. He is getting playoff ready. Man, if the Heat have one more run in them, that's going to be remarkable.
Young against Oladipo.
Staggering.
It's Samar. 4 on the shot clock. Trying to get open is Adebayo. Brent, did you have any superstitions when you play in the NBA?
God, I have no rebounding on this team. No interior defense.
My routine, I might
It's
be
weird because the Congo is a very good
but
player.
nothing superstitious that I can recall.
Adebayo covers up mistakes, man. He's such a great player. Spreads the
Adebayo
floor,
passes to Oladipo.
protects the rim at a high level.
Outside
Really good in the pick and roll and passing.
solid play.
High post, shooting.
Got 7 points in the game.
Pretty good body movement and control as Jimmy Butler's agility got him to where he wanted to be.
and they've got to be not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding number as well.
Robinson for 3. Good. And gets the assist.
Wow, they're hitting everything.
Butler's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. 59.
I want to see the
seconds
plus
left.
minus, man. I can't get anything with Trae Young.
To the inside. Johnson. Will it go? And he banks in the
I
ledge.
made a layup. It's a miracle.
Johnson's got his first basket of the night.
Just a
It's an
grinder.
absolute
Always
miracle.
doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Oladipo misses. The Hawks trail by 21. Bogdanovich dishes to Young. The three-pointer, no good.
Well, we're chipping some orange paint off the rim here, guys. He must be more patient on offense and trying to find ways to penetrate inside and get closer to the rim.
Oladipo.
Pass.
How many times have we seen a possession take that from them today? Into the basket, coming off a pretty
Plus minus. I cannot play with Trae Young, man. I can't switch him on defenses. You almost got to think about zone with him.
Points a game. Such a force. And that's a foul called on Bam Adebayo. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game.
Second team foul. Now in the game, Gabe Vincent.
Young from outside. He hit that one.
Frustrating to go up against Sadiq Bey on defense. He's got length.
Oh, I'm gonna get some ass whippings until I get back into rhythm.
And so it's Atlanta with it. Checking out the group for Quinn Snyder to start the second half. On-court spots filled by Hunter and Collins. The guard pair, the talented Young and Murray. And it's Capella in at 7. 2 free throws
add
going
one?
up, and they call the shooting foul. It's going to be on Bam Adebayo.
You don't want to stay down on any kind of fake like that, so Trae Young does a nice job of closing the defense. Fair enough. As long as Trae Young is in the NBA, he will be
I
connected.
can't believe I missed a free throw with Trae Young, so you know it's bad.
Well, those two guys,
Really bad.
Here's Hero. That shot, no good. So Atlanta will take it the other way. And DeJounte Murray gets the whistle that time. That is his first foul of the game.
great defense there. Anticipated the play and got there first.
And that rejection had some mustard on it. Huge
They're
play.
playing like they would in real life, man. The Heat are coming after it.
That was a big-time rejection.
In that 2018 draft, Brent, the Doncic-Young swap was a huge deal.
Yeah, so the two will be compared, and I think that's been a great deal for each team. You've seen the growth, you've seen the play out, you've seen the kind of excitement level that they brought to the fans. Both have been all-stars. So
That help defense, man. They're just brutal.
Out of bounds, pitch to Martin. Here's Butler. Slam dunk by Butler.
I don't mind if the computer plays that well, but I don't understand why the computer that's playing with me is playing so bad. What has Collins done? Jesus.
The assist from Young. Collins has got his second bucket of the game to go.
I don't even remember the first basket.
And he catches the defense completely off guard.
Well, just ripping through right there as he finds the open
I need to
spot.
get into a rhythm for the next
Gets
game,
right
man. The
through
next
there.
game,
High basketball IQ play.
Third quarter of basketball, 1 minute and a half in. Here's Hero. It's hauled in by DeJounte Murray.
Well, he finds some space in that in-between gap there. Too bad he can't release that one on target.
And Young kicks to Murray. Capella trying to free himself up. Murray, good. Murray's got 13.
Trae Young continuing to read and scan the floor.
he's got to be able to hit the open three, man. Look at that. Come on, man.
On the slam dunk.
And kind of par for the course here, right? Coming through with a solid offense.
I guess they won't be guarding on every freaking play.
And now let's check out the standings in the Eastern Conference and see how the playoff race is shaping up. Taking a look at Miami. Right now at the playoffs started, they would have the 7th.
And the loser of this game, more than likely, their best case scenario is facing a Bucks team that's going to sweep either one of these teams. So
For sure.
I don't see. You could combine both of these teams, their best players, and they wouldn't beat the Bucks. So
On the other side, how much are you looking at that team and saying, we're scared of them? So not a lot of fear from the opposition and what they're bringing to the table. They're good, they compete, but
I can't get a controlled tip. I can't get anything, man.
I know people can't
Nothing
see
is going my way.
what I'm doing. Scratching your head to that term.
Nothing. Yeah, so this is kind of like
For Miami.
the only way that any of these teams could beat the Bucks is if Giannis were to miss the whole series, and even then, I don't think they could do it.
Murray against Hero. And it's Miami
not.
with the rebound.
And winning has become more consistent in Miami than ever. Jimmy Butler was acquired, made it all the way to the finals in his first year.
Come on, bro. Come on.
Won games each season.
Capella dishes to Hunter. It's Young on the wing. Capella with a screen on low. Butler with the steal.
Yeah, Butler has been kicking my ass the whole game. I'm not
Lowry
buying this
against Young.
coffee.
Butler in the corner. Back to Lowry. And there's the
I wonder
pass
if he
to
did
Butler.
hook up with Rachel Nichols.
Like it's
That's
six.
all rumor. They were just flirting with each other.
Collins grabs the miss.
I think that happens a lot more than people care to admit.
And with the Heat, GA, they've been consistent fourth in the Eastern Conference.
Like, I don't mind losing. Can we lose just by 10 points?
It's like Butler and all the way down to the role players. This is just a solid team.
Max Strus is checked in for Miami. And a switch here
There's a
also
delayed,
for Atlanta. Griffin's checked in for Trae
type
Young.
of shot.
Collins has such concentration when he's out on the floor, and it can help really steady a basketball team.
My terrible defense is the
Adebayo
reason.
against Murray. Right side Griffin. Back to Murray. Down low. Yeah,
Oh my God, man. Damn, his arms are so long.
Fires the three. Good on the triple. Strus has got his first bucket of the game. He's on the board for three.
And averaged 5 assists per game during that breakout campaign in 2020, and he's at it again.
Collins a screen on Lowry. Kicks it out to Collins.
We got 2 greens in one game. We haven't played in a while, so if we
Collins
keep getting greens and getting open shots, that'd be great.
Miami leading by 20.
Make this somewhat respectable.
And here's Lowry. 5 points in the game. Here's Lowry.
Neither of these teams have any kind of championship hope this year.
Big time scoring explosion in this one from Bam. Didn't think he would have
It's
this
not like the NFL where it's you can get on a hot streak and like a really like last second
He
like
wants to be the one to get them back.
the seventh team, like the worst team. Like I remember the Giants won one year and they were the bottom seed. Like it's just a lot easier when it's one game. But if it's a 7-game series, the best team is going to win. That's why they changed. I don't know why they did that. They changed the first round from 5-game series to a 7-game series. I didn't like that. I like the fact that random teams could win.
Here's the dish to Hunter. The Hawks working the ball around. Inside. It's stolen by Strus. And here we go.
Ball, like you're not getting anything done.
Great chance. Got a piece of it.
Great defense. Stingy was Hunter on that play. And
Defense is a little bit better in this quarter.
That's firing his team up.
I thought that was Griffin, man.
By 22.
I hate the fact that
Here's
all the
Strus.
players are within the same height, and I can't
Good on the triple.
tell the difference.
And has gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. And Griffin slams it in.
And we always talk
Gonna
about
be bragging. I mean, this is just gonna help me for the next game. I'm gonna play all the play-in games.
And the first time out of the game.
Hopefully, each game will get better.
and coaches looking
Yeah,
to
we can't
seize
just
every
not
chance
play for so long.
to maximize
This is
every
a rhythm game. You gotta like play it regularly.
All those adjustments.
And then also even with the controller, I'm used to the Switch controller. I never noticed that the 2 analogs on the PlayStation controller are completely different. One looks like a wheel, and one looks like a smooth like hubcap. I noticed that.
And some changes here for the Heat. Love checked in for Adebayo. Duncan Robinson comes in for
Come
Caleb
on, let me
Martin.
just lose by 10, bro.
And it's
Come
Gabe
on.
Vincent in for Kyle Lowry. Atlanta also making some changes here. Okongwu's checked in for Clint Capella. Bay comes in for John Collins.
Haven't gotten
And it's
anything done with
Bogdanovich
Bogdanovich.
in for Hunter.
After going undrafted in 2018, Duncan Robinson spent most of his
Oh my God, why would you flash that way? He looked like he was gonna post up.
Here's Butler. And he makes the bucket. Here's the whistle. And now a 3-point play chance here for him. And we'll get a look at how the hustle stat game has been going for Miami.
I like their defense today. They don't talk about that side of the ball enough.
I'm surprised that Bogdan Bogdanovich re-signed in the middle of his
What
contract.
has stood out is their up-tempo offense. And these guys have been on the track all game long. They're creating high percentage.
His rotation is crazy fast. I don't know if the NBA does it that fast, but
His shots have been almost exclusively from beyond the arc.
He's just done a great job creating this.
definitely need to shoot more threes with this team, but I'm not confident to shoot them
in the open floor.
unless it's wide open. This game is not fair if you're off even by a little bit. Like they want the players that are playing
And the call on the shot.
60, 70 hours a week to be able to make those shots, which makes no sense. I'm not even at the hardest level. Like that's something you should be doing for the hardest level.
Jimmy Butler just tenacious.
And this
Maybe
is
they want to challenge all of us of all disciplines.
Boy, a fierce competitor. Jimmy Butler puts his heart and
I really like the way DeJounte's playing this game. And also with the play-in, you gotta like,
They're going to outwork Jimmy Butler, and he does. He impacts the game.
it's like,
in
it takes
so
a while. It takes 2 to 3 games to get into a rhythm.
Bogdanovich finds Bay. Some solid defense from Butler.
I was surprised at what they got for Sadiq Bey. I think the Pistons got Wiseman. I mean, that's not too bad. Wiseman is not too bad. I think he was terribly misused on that team. Like, it's like a deer in the headlights. A player like Wiseman needs to just be able to catch and dunk stuff. You know? Like they have a very their basketball offense and their defensive principles are very complicated. It's not easy. It's like trying to jump on the highway after just learning how to ride a bicycle. I think I'm gonna switch to zone because I cannot stop this team.
And so it's Murray who brings the ball up for Atlanta. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game. That one falls.
Oh my God, I made a layup. It's a miracle.
He's got his first basket.
They focused.
But yeah, Sadiq Bey, I'm surprised the Pistons gave up on him. I just didn't think that they didn't want to pay him. I mean, because now wings, there's just so many wings that you can get one in the draft. I think that's what the Knicks' thinking was when they were making overtures to see what Quickly was worth. And I still don't think they're going to pay quickly. I think they're going to move him and let somebody else pay him.
Now in the game. Here's Bogdanovich for three. And so it's Miami.
Yeah, you can just get a wing, a combo guard in the draft really easily. And just, you know, it's all a game about kind of manipulating the cap. But for me, once you have a player that is a major piece of both your offense and your defense, I think you pay and you keep him. And if somebody else comes along, like a Damian Lillard or Devin Booker or Joel Embiid, then you can kind of include them. But trading him now, even for 2 draft picks, even if they were unprotected, for me, doesn't make sense. And it's demoralizing to the fan base who want to see his future develop. I think you can make a bigger argument for an RJ Barrett, who's had a bad year, but then his value across the league is nothing. It's really hard to make trades because there's a lot of things to consider.
Love outside. From outside, off the mark. Hawks shooting 43% for the game.
Of course. A wide open pass I cannot make and I cannot grab. Of course.
Struz is checked in for Duncan Robinson.
Of course.
Young against Lowry. Pass to Love. Fires from deep.
Surprised they didn't make it. They usually make everything.
Collins has got his 7th rebound here tonight. Young dishes to Hunter. Atlanta gets it back. And terrific work on the offensive glass.
Yeah, they made me on fire just so that I don't walk away and turn off the game.
The guard, Trae
I don't know
Young,
how I'm
getting
on
inside,
fire.
mixing it
I
up
haven't
there.
done anything to get on fire.
Against
I
Bogdanovich.
like when you play Mario Kart, this is the I feel bad for you, so here's your shot.
Martin's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Here's
Can we make a freaking layup?
Bogdanovich got himself in a great spot, just reading where that carry.
Yes, there's no way I'm shooting 43%. We're down to 52% my ass.
Now, Hero.
I'm still down by 22.
Lowry setting the pick for Hero. And it's John Collins with the rebound.
Probably not the shot was drawn up for that possession, but you can't pass it up. You can't knock it down.
Here's Bogdanovich. And Bogdanovich.
Oh, that's the highlight of the game.
Being shooting guard,
I got something positive done.
the ability to get up.
Bogdanovich against Hero. Shot from 12. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds here tonight. Here's Collins. And he can
You just dunk it on his face,
Collins has got 12 points here in the second half.
throwing it up.
Yeah, that's where
That's gonna lose by 10. I think that's a victory for the next game.
athletic, able to corral the miss.
Yeah, I don't like the Hawks
Lowry kicks to
personnel
Hero.
at all.
Dishes it to Martin.
I think if you can get a nice package for Trae Young, recuperate some of those draft picks you lost for DeJounte Murray, I think you keep him as your guard. You get another, even a quickly, anybody that can play defense, somebody that can play both sides of the ball, them and DeJounte.
Uses the glass to finish the lane.
I know Trae Young is important in this modern NBA, being able to spread the floor, but they just haven't been able to cover up for his deficiencies. So maybe, I honestly have always said that Trae Young to the Toronto Raptors makes just so much freaking sense. Trae Young for OG Anunoby and some draft picks from Toronto would benefit both teams because Toronto is so long-armed and rangy, they can cover up for his deficiencies, you know? And they've also been lacking some offensive firepower, which I think would really, really help them get back into contention in the East.
Over Okongwu.
I'm playing better defense. It took a game to get into the defensive
In the post, just nifty, uses fakes.
mindset. Whatever, we're getting there. We're finally getting some positive minutes from Trae Young. It's so fast.
Just pile up.
Yeah, I mean, they run so much. His rate is off the charts. He's entire league in total points and total assists.
But yeah, I think Trae Young to Toronto makes the both sense for both teams. Imagine OG Anunoby playing off the ball with DeJounte, and you get some of those draft picks back. So
Adebayo gets vertical. That's a big thing.
Every time
I think I miss both free throws with Trae Young.
it's come
Terrible.
from inside.
Yeah, I think you do that. Nothing guaranteed because DeJounte may say, well, if Trae's not here, I don't want to be here. But I come to him from this perspective. I want to make you the main core of the team. I think every guy's ego will allow that, or every player. I mean, if you're a baller, I mean, especially if you've never been the guy. If you have been the guy before, then maybe not. You don't want to deal with that. Like, I don't think that's a good pitch to Kevin Durant. He doesn't want to do all that work. LeBron James as well. They're trying to recruit people,
From the other
take some of
guys
the load off of their
they
shoulders.
might be able to turn this game around.
Hero kicks to Martin.
Damian Lillard is
Hero against Murray. Adebayo with the screen for Hero. Outside for Ronnie. To the paint. Here's Adebayo.
my player is not going to catch that play.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. That's it. He's 7th right now in the game.
They found the touch.
Yeah, I think DeJounte
It was a struggle.
and OG, or if you can get Pascal, I mean, I don't think they're going to trade Pascal. They're going to want both of them together. But if they do OG and like 2 first-round picks for Trae Young, I think it's a win-win. I really, really do.
Good work defensively by Capella.
But we'll see if
And
that
the Hawks
happens.
with possession.
That is Jimmy. I did throw it. I didn't see him. He kind of ranged across the court
The feed to
like
Butler.
Superman.
Oh, and the jam by Butler. So it's the Hawks.
Replays too.
Trail by 16.
Take away my pace. We do a box in one
Against Murray.
and just show the replay at the bottom
13 tries.
instead of making it full screen and taking me out of my rhythm. Thanks, Ronnie.
Just one of 4
2K.
three-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth.
Not been able to shoot with Trae Young at all.
Murray against Hero. And there's a minute 45 left to play here in the fourth.
We'd love to make him pay for giving up that wide open jumper. Just unable to do so.
Here's Murray. And the lift's good off the glass.
Oh, look at DeJounte. He's got to feed the heat. The hot player. Look at him.
Offensive
On
players
fire.
tonight, not an easy
That was our goal, was to get back to 10. I think it's a win. Just because I haven't played in so long, I've lost my rhythm. Ooh, nice shot by Tyler Hero.
20 points for him.
And Hero getting to the spots where he can be
Or
very
maybe a 3-way trade.
swagger in place.
Tyler Hero to the Raptors.
Young against Lowry.
Tyler Hero to the Raptors.
And Hill
Trae
gets
Young to the Heat. And OG Anunoby to the Hawks. With some draft compensation.
that one off the back iron.
Yeah, my expectations were that he was not going to miss that. And he handles that kind of
Allows
defense.
Miami to try one more year with Trae Young. The defensive principles of the Heat, you build around the G League and just really good defensive players that you can build into this culture.
Freight
And you put Trae Young and Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, that's not a bad 3.
Team after they got everyone involved.
And so checking out their season record, this game will become their 45th win. And you know, looking back
Like,
at all the
I have not even shot that many shots with him.
really phenomenal all-around game for Bam Adebayo.
That's amazing defense from him. Seeing to know exactly
They've done the same freaking play, and unless I'm there, the computer does nothing.
Every effort to put this game on ice.
Loved it. The guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And once again off the mark by Atlanta. And here's Hero. He'll bring it up for the Miami Heat. 16-point lead.
Well, I don't think I played a little bit better in the second half, but it was just hard to get into a rhythm. Except with DeJounte Murray. This is not out of the realm of possibility for tomorrow. While I'm shooting this on Monday, 2 playing games are tomorrow, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities. The Heat have stepped up to the plate in crunch moments throughout the time that Jimmy Butler's been down there. The Hawks had that one magical run 2 years ago. But I don't, like I said, I don't see it happening, but
Thanks very much, Bam.
we'll see. Quinn Snyder has playoff experience as a head coach,
How
so.
pleased were you with the performance?
I'm just happy we won. You know, the stats don't matter unless you get a win. So I'm happy we got a win
22-9-4, man.
keep dedicating them to my mom,
Jesus.
man. You know,
Enough, Jimmy.
she's my blessing, so she just keeps blessing me for some reason.
Absolutely busted
Love
my
the
ass.
love, man. Congrats on the
Man,
win. Back to
Jimmy
you.
Butler and Adebayo, havoc on the defense. You got to really consider your passes in the paint. You got to know what you're doing. The person always got to be wide open. They were finishing with authority. They had at least 10 dunks. John Collins is an issue too because he's kind of a soft type player. He doesn't really defend. Wow, 3 players with 20 points. Wow. I don't think I've ever given that up. Look at that block. That block was a big part of the game. 0 for 8 for Trae Young from 3 for 14. I mean, I can't get past that. I couldn't shoot with him. He's short. It's hard to get the angles that I need. I mean, this is not it's tougher. Like, I don't know how. That's why what he does is impressive. Griffin, I should have played more. I like his body type, his size, getting to the rim. He can hit the open shot. DeJounte Murray, obviously. He long arms, shifty, can get to the basket. It's a two-way player. I think, listen, this is a modern NBA. I think you put him there. I think Trae Young, honestly, just looking at the construct of this team, I think he has to go. And you can get a lot of value for him. And I'm shopping him because I know that I can get rid of him. And then I'm getting another two-way dynamic player, like a starting caliber player right away. And if I can also get a power forward and then flip John Collins to get a more, like, they need to have a defensive identity, I feel like, and a more practical team. But we'll see how it goes. But yeah, that'll be the first game. We're going to play every play-in game. We're going to play, I don't know, we might play a few playoff series. I think I might just do Knicks Cavs. But we'll see how it goes. We're going to be playing a lot of 2K, so stay tuned to the channel. And we'll take it from there. So.